yourself in film for, what is it, 1977, Contract on Cherry Street, when I was a nice, thin kid. Well, first off, I want to thank Big Daddy and the Long Island Film Expo for presenting the award here. And I want to, I guess about a year ago, someone through Facebook said to me, there's a charity event on Long Island, and would you like to attend it? Big Daddy Golf Tournament. He'd like to meet with you in Beverly Hills. So I did. I met Richard Salgado, and we met at the Montage Hotel in Beverly Hills, and he asked me about would I come to his charity. And I said, of course. I mean, what's it about? And he told me he had an aneurysm. I don't know if you know this. And he recovered from it, and the hospital that saved him, the Long Island Jewish Hospital, correct? North Shore, LA, he was now raising money for. And I committed to coming out to that. And then about 2 weeks later, I got an email from Israel, from Tel Aviv. And they said to me, we want to honor you at the Tel Aviv Film Festival, one of the big ones in the world, I guess. And they said, we'd like to give you a Lifetime Achievement Award and have you do a master class. And it was the same time as Big Daddy's event, same few days. And of course, I'm the kind of guy that if I commit to something, I'm going to do that. If I give somebody my word, I want to do that. And so many times in our lives, we're faced with different choices. What Sean knows this about films you take or you don't take, and then you never know if one thing is going to help or not. But anyway, staying true to yourself in a way. So I did come to Big Daddy's event, and it was at Oheka Castle. Now, I was born in Astoria, Queens, and then when I was 5, we moved to Long Island. We moved to Huntington, Dix Hills. And I'd never been to Oheka Castle when it's 5 minutes from where I grew up for many years. So, Big Daddy, at that castle, I met Gary Milius, and I met the wonderful Ed Mangano, who's your Nassau County executive. And it was like coming home. I've been living in Los Angeles. I moved down to Los Angeles because of Cherry Street, actually. After that, Sinatra brought me out there. And LA's a strange place. You know, it could be a very difficult place, and it could be very good. It also could be very harsh. You know, when we go through different things, they distort them, and, you know, you can get a bad rap sometimes, like we all have. But the creative roots for me started in Long Island at Half Hollow Hills Elementary School, when in 4th grade, Miss Alexander put on a play, George Washington Slept Here, and I played Sam the Black Butler. Yeah, I didn't have, you know, I just grayed my hair up, and I remember saying, oh, Missy, don't ever say no such thing. Remember that line. And she walked my parents out to the parking lot, and she said, you should encourage him in the arts. And that's what tonight's about. The encouragement in the arts. And Long Island, the diversity of Long Island is really spectacular. Nassau County is bigger than 11 states, has more people than 11 states. And I grew up in a family, in an Italian-American family. From my grandfather, Stefano Rullo, came from Naples, my mother's father, via Connersville, Pennsylvania, to Southampton, of all places, where my mother was born in Southampton. He was a bootlegger with Marshall Field and Joseph P. Kennedy. This was in the early 20s. And then moved to Corona and around, and then my dad's father came from Sicily to Rainey Park in Astoria, and I was born at Astoria General Hospital. But anyway, so my roots are in Long Island. So when I came back here, I'd been back here a few times, but not for anything major. When Big Daddy invited me to the event, there was and I'd stayed away because my parents died very young. They died at 55 and 56 years old, and my sister, Yvonne, was murdered by her ex-boyfriend at 20. And I have a sister here, so I had stayed away from Long Island. And the creative roots, the energy that is here, in the trees, in the smell of the air, and the generosity and spirit of the people that are here. And the encouragement that I remember, the America that I grew up in, which is no longer the America that we've seen. I was in Jordan several years ago, in 1994, with Blake Edwards, doing a film, Son of Pink Panther. And I met King Hussein, and he said, I'd like you to teach an acting class. And I said to King Hussein, I said, that's interesting. I says, put $50 million in a bank. He looked at me. I says, why? He said, because I'd like you, not for me. I says, I'd like the film community. I'd like you to get the young kids here, the men and women in your countries and the surrounding countries of the Middle East and Israel, to join together in a creative arts program. And I'll get people from the writers, the directors, actresses, and we'll give them exposure to cinema. And most of the money would be for a film fund to do exactly what you're doing here, encouraging the young film artists, the voices of tomorrow, to be able to show them that through film, like she did with Shun, instead of tearing us apart, our culture brings us together. And we have such a divisiveness in politics that we have to bring us together. And so it's with a lot of humility that I accept this tonight from you all and my roots. And I want to then thank Richie Salgado and also Ed Mangano, because last year it was a thrilling experience for me to come to Eisenhower Park. He invited me there, and to sing for you all at headlining the Venetian in Vegas and Orleans and other venues. But to come to Long Island and sing for the air that I remember my mom wanted me to sing. And the first time that I heard Sinatra sing was in Forest Hills. You know, he brought me to his concert, 6 of us from the film. So I'm very thrilled to be here, and I'm also honored to be on the bill with all of you and with Sean Young, the lovely Sean Young, who's gone through many different interesting times in our career. And she's a survivor and one of our great actresses, and her lovely husband, Robert. So God bless all of you. Debbie, thank you. Ed, thank you. Lynn, all of you from the Long Island Film Commission, encourage the arts. I think through the arts are the most important thing. Thank you. God bless all of you.
Round of applause, Robert Davi, everybody.